Okay, what's up YouTube? My name is Galen and this is Galen's Gadgets. I want to thank you so much for joining my channel today. And if you have not already, please do not forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos on tech just like this one. So today I will actually be going over my full review of a watch that I've had for around a month now, and that is Samsung's latest watch, the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. I've had a pretty good experience with this. I'm going to tell you guys all about it, the positives, the negatives, and everything in between. I decided to pick this up mainly because this is the first watch with Wear OS 3, which is the first partnership between Google and Samsung to bring a brand new software to smartwatches. So I was really excited to see what they did, what was new, if there was any improvement, and just things of that nature. So I'm not going to hold you any longer. Let's just hop into this video now.
I'm about to be on. Been on this mission since I first left home. Packed up my bags like I'm grown. Told myself to show myself to do no wrongs. Like I'm about to be on. Been on this mission since I first left home. Packed up my bags like I'm grown.
So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the design and build quality. In terms of design, this is one of my favorite looking smartwatches out right now. I just really like how minimal and classic it looks. Again, I do have the classic style version of this watch and I have the silver version, and honestly it looks good with any band that I pair with it. Again, these bands are replaceable, but one con I have about this is that they only take 20mm bands. Most major smartwatches or any other Android watch will use 22mm, so I was really surprised to see Samsung go with 20mm on this watch. That was definitely like one of my least favorite things about this, because I had so many 22mm bands already. In terms of build quality, I can say this watch is super solid and it's built of very premium materials. Again, the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic is made of stainless steel, so it just feels really nice on your wrist. It's a very nice size. It's super sturdy. I haven't had any issues with anything creaking or anything feeling loose or anything like that. The click on the buttons is really good, and one of my favorite things about this watch is the rotating bezel, just because of the feedback it gives. Like when you twist that dial, it just feels really nice and it looks really nice as well. One of the more underrated parts of this watch that not a lot of people are talking about is the screen. So this screen does use Samsung's Super AMOLED technology, and it just looks really crisp and vibrant. The colors look great, and you can still use it outside because it just gets that bright. You do have settings for automatic brightness as well if that's what you want to do, and you do have a setting for it always on display, but I'll go over that later when I talk about more of the software settings and battery life. So now to the software on this watch. As I stated earlier, this is the first watch with Wear OS 3. Again, this is the first collaboration between Google and Samsung on a software just for smartwatches, and honestly, I didn't see that much of a difference. With this being a Samsung watch, they put a huge skin over the new Wear OS 3. I'm not really a fan of it. I just like how the original Wear OS looks better, like Wear OS 2 on TicWatches and on Fossil watches and things like that. I just like some of the UI elements on the older version of Wear OS better, such as the app drawer. I don't like the fact that Samsung does not have labels for their apps in their app drawer. And I also do not like that the notifications are horizontal instead of vertical on the Samsung watch. So these few changes that Samsung made, it's not really a deal breaker for me. It just shows that I prefer the stock Wear OS look. But I will say that the animations and the performance and the smoothness of this UI on the Galaxy Watch 4 is really nice. I really like what Samsung did by making it their own. It just shows that I prefer the stock form of Wear OS a lot more. So overall, Wear OS is definitely the most feature-filled software that you can get on any smartwatch for Android, and that's just period. And it's my personal favorite mainly for two reasons. First off, just being the third-party app support that is partnered with the Wear OS Play Store. There's just a ton of different apps to choose from. You could do different type of music apps, you could do different type of messaging apps. You could download all of this right to your wrist, and you can customize this watch to your liking. That's what I like about it's just so much freedom that you get with this Wear OS Play Store, as well as a ton of different watch faces to choose from, as well as the watch faces that Samsung provides. I also love the way that Wear OS handles notifications. It can basically mirror your phone's notifications. It just looks exactly how they come in on your phone. And then you can actually respond to these notifications and react to these notifications from your wrist as well. So I just think that this is definitely the best implementation of notifications on any watch for Android out there. So in order to connect this watch, you do have to download an app called the Galaxy Wearable app. It's a very user-friendly app. It's mandatory that you download it in order to get the best out of this watch. This is what will sync your notifications. You can adjust settings from here, and you could change the watch face from this app. Just tons of things you could do from the app. It's just very important that you download that. One thing that I do have to talk about in this video is the limitations of just having an Android smartphone versus having a Samsung smartphone with this Galaxy Watch 4. So there are a few things that you cannot do on a regular Android. Those things are you can't use the ECG monitor that's packed in this watch, and you cannot use the blood pressure monitor, and you cannot use the Samsung Health app on your phone and pair it with the watch. You can use Samsung Health, but the data will not transfer to your phone. You'll have to use like a third-party fitness app like Google Fit and sync all of your fitness data there. So Samsung actually packs a ton of different health features in this watch. I personally do not use them all. My favorite to use are the GPS, the step tracking, and then the heart rate sensor and sleep tracking, and all of those have been really good for me, extremely accurate. There's also something new that they call the BIA sensor. I have not gotten the chance to use that yet because I just don't have the patience for it, but basically what it does is sends an electronic pulse throughout your body, and it will measure different aspects of your body mass, such as like your fat level, your muscle level, how much water is in your body, and things like that. Again, I have not used that because I just don't have the patience for it, and I might be a little scared to look at it. But in terms of what I use, everything has been extremely accurate and very user friendly as well. I like the Samsung Health and the Google Fit options that are there. You can sync Samsung Health with Google Fit, or you could just download Google Fit to the watch to use that instead of Samsung Health. I actually went back to Samsung Health mainly because of this feature called their auto workout. So how that works is basically when you're doing an activity for 10 minutes, the watch will be able to notice that, and it will give you the option to track a workout from there, or you can just say, hey, it's not a workout. But I think that's a great option to have because I do not always want to open up my watch and then start a workout. I think it will be pretty cool to just start doing it, and then after 10 minutes just press OK on the watch instead of going and looking for the specific workout that I'm doing. So finally, I'm going to talk about one of the most disappointing parts of this watch, and that is the battery life. So Google and Samsung advertised that Wear OS 3 would be a lot better for battery life. They're giving us all these percentages and things, but I just don't see that much of an increase. So I've had watches like the Amazfit GTR 2 and the OnePlus watch, which are less powerful watches. I do have to say that, and they're lasting me 10 to 12 days. I really wish the Galaxy Watch or the Apple Watch or other Wear OS watches would last at least 3. The only Wear OS watch that I had that lasted 3 days was the TicWatch Pro 3, and that's only because they had a really low power screen setting, and that helped it a lot. I hope to see Samsung do something with the battery life because it was very underwhelming here. I'm getting a maximum of around 2 days. I think the longest that I've gotten was 46 or 47 hours, which is just not that good, especially when companies like to advertise sleep tracking and workouts. All of that taxes the battery, so that would make the battery life even worse. So yeah, that's just been my experience with the battery life. Okay guys, so overall this is a very solid product. The build quality is second to none. The screen on it is really good. The Wear OS software always has a ton of features. The major issue that I had again was just that battery life. I really hope to see software updates or something like that fix it, or just Samsung completely go with a bigger battery in the Galaxy Watch 5. So yeah, if you have any questions about this product, feel free to leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.